accept all. And that to me, true love doesn't want to be
Okay.
All right, guys. Ada is right here. I decided to take this to social media. The question
Okay.
is, would you celebrate a successful divorce? A lot of people do not realize that. Let me give you an example. A woman wakes up one morning and feels a lump in one of her mammary glands. And she goes to the doctor, and the doctor says it's cancer, right? Ada?
Mm.
And
Yes.
then she has a mastectomy, and she goes under a few rounds of chemo, and she's fine. And she goes to a church. This is not even patio. She goes to a church to give thanksgiving. Right?
Okay.
Ada, are you working with me? Can you go to the
Yes,
book
I
of
am.
Matthew chapter 4? No, sorry, not Matthew chapter 4. There's something I need you to read. I'll use Matthew chapter 4
Okay.
later. I want you to read this.
I am here.
Matthew chapter 18 this time. Read verse 8. No. Uh, uh, I don't want this version. Sorry. Um, just hold on.
Okay.
Yes. I think I'll use Matthew chapter 5 last. I hope this works. If not, I'm trying to look for a particular narrative.
Okay.
Yes, 27. Fantastic. Use Matthew chapter 5. It's the same thing in Matthew 18, but Matthew chapter 5 deals with adultery. So read verse 27 to verse
Matthew 5
27, 8,
27.
and 29. 27, 28, and 29. Matthew chapter 5, 27, 28, and 29.
All right, hold on. It's loading. Matthew 5 27 to 30.
Salute, Ray Ajao.
27 to 29, right?
Yes, through 29.
Hello? Okay. Okay. You have heard the commandment that says, you must not commit adultery. But I say, anyone who even looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So if your eye, even your good eye, causes you to lust, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell.
All right. Now, I was given the analogy using a woman who discovered a lump in her mammary gland and then
Yeah.
found it to be cancer and then had a mastectomy, had the whole thing removed, and then went through some chemotherapy and then recovered. Organ did not make her sin. It was about to kill her.
Okay.
If she didn't cut it off and do that urgent treatment, listening, Ada, and you
Yes, I
manage to
am.
purge yourself off this antichrist. Imagine marrying someone and then finding out that they share
Okay.
a
Yeah.
totally different orientation from you. You marry a woman You marry a woman or a man who you think is just like you, only for you to find out that they're into their own kind. And then you finally manage to get out of this. Is it not worth celebrating? You go into a marriage. You go into a marriage with honesty. And then you're going through. You see, the problem is some people have not gone through emotional and psychological abuse before. Let me tell you, physical abuse is better than emotion. I've said it before. I went through both. I can, if I were to go through any again, I'll take the physical abuse. Physical abuse is good. You know what it feels like when somebody makes you feel less of a human being. I'm not even talking about less of a man now, less of a human being. How's the audio now, guys? Can you hear the audio or is it still bad? Is the audio better? I think I lost everyone on Instagram audio wise. Instagram has been acting up all friggin' day.
Okay, Daddy Freeze. I think we need to take a pause and then we play the odds when we get back.
All right, go on a break and come right back and we continue where we left off from.
Yeah. Okay. It's 99.3.
I don't check comments, so audio day, audio don't go. I think I might need to. Now, Ada caused this.
So the network is very bad though.
For me?
Hello?
Yes?
Oh, I still can't hear me. Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
I don't know if it's from me. You were breaking at some point after I ended the call.
I think it was from your point.
Yes.
I think it was your fault. Yeah.
Sorry about.
No, it's okay, darling.
It's terrible.
I'm starting it again. So when you come back, cut,
Okay.
delete, no, download, no need, discard, delete video, discard live video. So I'm going back live again now. Hopefully this one works. Launching Instagram afresh. How many ads do we have? A lot or just a few?
Just a few.
Sorry,
Just
Facebook
one.
people.
And the next one.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Facebook
okay,
people.
okay.
Facebook people are complaining that they can hear, so they're wondering why I'm taking them off. It's not you guys, it's Instagram. Instagram has been acting.
Okay, I'll go back. We'll get back later. Minutes gonna pass the 11 and we say welcome back. Life and Dangerous with Daddy Freeze and I go by the name Ada Blessing.
Ada Blessing.
We had to go sell stuff for us to make more money.
I hope you guys get to share some of that money with me. All this plenty money people are doing on Live and Dangerous. Eh? All right, the topic today is if you had a successful divorce, if you're able to go through with a divorce, would you celebrate it? Would you celebrate a divorce? In so many parts of the world, we're seeing people throw divorce parties. We're seeing people boogie down. We saw the story of the guy who painted something on his car, you know, and he was celebrating his divorce. Would you do that? So it's a big question. Would you do that? People are still complaining about the network. Would you do that? Sorry, I mean on Instagram, because I try to bring Instagram people on. I want to hear the perspective of a few people,
Okay.
you know? So, Ada, would you celebrate a divorce? You, for starters.
I've actually answered this, yes, but not to that extent. To a few family members and friends, yeah, I'll be like, okay, finally I am free. Finally it's over. But like, going about painting things and having inscriptions written all over the world, printing T-shirts, and no, I won't go to that extent. I think that's way too much.
Me too, because to be honest, I'm not a party person. I don't celebrate anything. Of course, somebody might come over to the house. We have some drinks, maybe some issue. Because if you've ever gone through a divorce before, trust me, it will wind you up. Let me tell you, people know they go court. Just know, say we no go be friend again. Our friendship will end. Oh, do you think friendship can survive if you go to court? Because you see, when you go to court, lawyers understand it is their way of life. Do you understand? Lawyers together. But you see, you will not be able, because me, I'll drag you. I'll say Adada is a thief. Just so that I can build a case against you. There's so much dragging. There's so many lies that people will tell against you, you'll be amazed. There was one particular claim that my ex made in the suit. It's a public document, so I intimate with her. Are you listening? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And when she doesn't agree, I will make her do it by being physical. When their lawyers asked me this in court, I said, should just please mention the friend. At least the friend that came, you will know the friend. If you say it's my friend, Abi, do you understand? It so she did not make this claim in a YouTube video or Instagram video. She made this in court documents. Said that I would bring my friends home to sleep with her. As in, now let me tell you something here. When I filed, when we separated, she filed for what is called judicial separation. Now, the judicial separation is meant to be, we're still married, but we don't live together anymore. We're separated. I'm like, you are who is going to do which nonsense? Then tomorrow, you'll be judicially separated. Oh. Tomorrow, I'll go and have a girlfriend. The next thing now will be that your husband is cheating on you. Am I making sense to you? So when I just saw that judicial separation, I just filed dissolution straight. So I now took her to court for dissolution. Now here's the funny thing. She filed judicial separation, refused service when I filed the dissolution. So she now went ahead and now filed her own dissolution. So it was obviously an abuse of court process. So they threw out her dissolution and they threw out her, what's the other one called? Judicial separation. So she now had to come and respond to my petition. Now, when she filed her own dissolution, she filed her separation first. I responded by filing dissolution, and she refused to accept service. She now filed for dissolution, her own dissolution, and served me on my birthday.
Like your birthday gift?
As in, make una dey hear mentality. Before she served me, she got what you call substituted service. She didn't serve me the separation at all. Do you know how I knew I was? So I had a court case on separation, judicial separation. She came to my neighborhood with a bailiff and pasted it on the main gate of the estate. Now, if she had put Daddy Freeze there, or Freeze Cool FM, you understand? People would have known it was me, so maybe one or two people would have read it. Because she put my name, they were now taking it from house to house. Do you understand? They were looking for the person who had the court documents. So when they give this person will read it. Inside it, she wrote that I used to bring my friends home to sleep with her. Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
And when she refused, I would attack her. As in, this is court documents. When I saw this, I responded immediately, went through the whole court process. Eventually, got the marriage dissolved on what? Do you know the grounds that this marriage was dissolved? Appeal if the grounds of domestic abuse were unfavorable to her. She never filed any appeal. It's almost a year now. Do you understand? So I want to ask you, if now you not go celebrate.
Like I said, with family members and friends, yeah. But
Of course, with family members and friends. But of course, I wouldn't go public. Now listen here, if I wasn't a public figure, if I wasn't the leader of a church, if I wasn't a preacher, I probably would have just gone out and thrown a club party or anything.
really,
Let go of relationships. One guy where Moses called and said, he can never divorce. You can never divorce. Let me tell you, the woman will leave your house and slap you with a restraining order. They will divorce you. You will be there and they will divorce you. And another man will marry her. You want to go and beat her in her new husband's house? Do you understand what I'm saying, Ada? So people saying that I can never divorce. Yeah, if you never want to divorce, it's all well and good. No matter how bad it gets, you won't divorce, but they will divorce you. Now, let me tell you something here. Abroad is not even like Nigeria. Once you guys have stayed apart for 6 months, and she can show the fact that she's paying her own bills and you are no longer paying bills together. In some countries, it's 1 year. In some countries, it's 6 months. That's the end. You can't hold on because they know that people will hold on to other people in desperate situations and frustrate their lives. So the question is, if you had the opportunity, someone said no man can bring his friends. I wish I could publish it. I will look for, I have the copy of it. She made this claim publicly. And when they asked me in court, they said, is this thing true? I said they should tell her to mention the name of the friend. I mean, the friend has name now. If somebody is my friend, Do you understand? It's not just I used to bring, if she said I used to bring strangers home, then I a friend. So you don't know my friend. I know all your friends. You want to tell me that I have a friend I used to bring, as in, how would you even go down that low? But hey, it is what it is. I hold no grudges. You understand? I hold no grudges. It's over. It's over. But I just want you to take a sneak peek into what happened. So let's take some phone calls.
All right, then 0700-993-993. Hello?
Somebody on Facebook is asking me, why are you so interested in divorce? Because it saved my life and it could save yours.
Because of time. Okay.
Someone said, if you want, said that's the height of toxicity. I'm telling you. I went to see my pastor there. My pastor said, you should fix this. I said, me fix this? God forbid.
Wait, when you say you divorced for the first time, the second time, and the third time, where? In court? Or it's something?
Once you tell a woman, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, don't end with that.
Okay.
So now, all those people before I was saying, fix your marriage, fix your marriage, fix your. Will you fix that marriage? Me, I want to ask you. Marriage where someone could actually say that you bring in another person to sleep with them, as in, just even think of the kind of things that can come out of that person's mouth. Just think about it. I have it. I can publish it tomorrow. I have this. This is not hidden. It's a court document. That was her claim. And my response was she should mention the friend. I'm never going to come publicly and say, oh, I was a saint, I was the best husband, I was what other women dream of when they're asking for husbands. No. What I'm trying to say was, it was a bad situation that needed to end. And here's the thing. She took the first step. And let me be honest with you, if she had not packed out, I would have dragged, we would have just been in, and by now somebody for don't die, or somebody for don't go jail. I'm telling you, somebody said she could have put by now, because let me tell you, yeah, it gets how far you can push a man. He will lash back out. So by now, if she hadn't packed out, one of us would have died, one of us would have been in prison, or both of us would have died. It was getting there. There was so much animosity, there was so much anger building up. So she did the good thing, because and until she left, I didn't have that clarity of mind. That's why, I mean, there are some people who you're about to get into, and you know, I used to say it a lot. The wife took the husband's life. And this happened about 2 weeks after I went publicly and said, look, if you're in a bad place, leave. If you're in a bad place, leave. Do you understand? I want to go back on the radio.
Good evening.
After this, I want to say what I want to say on the radio.
Okay, Chukuma. Okay.
Because people don't understand this. They think,
I think so. According to the Bible, and then according to the woman day, let's look at it two ways. Yeah, I know that the best thing that takes in marriage is thankful. But I want to tell you, marriage is institution of God. God is verdict. God verdict. And the way we have verdict get an order. And we see the first people that marry, which is Adam and Eve. And these two people, the other one, terrible thing. Terrible thing. The woman caused the man a lot of errors. The Bible told us the way God created the world. And after creating the world, he went at the put inside and get it outside them. And this other of
please, let's cut the lecture. Is a long lecture. We know what happened in the Garden of Eden. We know all these stories.
by disobedience.
Okay. So what's your point exactly?
Yes. Give us your point and move.
Somebody celebrating divorce means it's working God.
Okay.
Somebody celebrating divorce is mocking God. You see, I like how religious people will take a simple matter that they have little understanding of. Ada, are you listening?
Yes, I am.
And turn it into a religious frenzy. I was trying to say something here. Do you know why I'm so pro divorce? A lot of people don't understand that you preach the word of God and then you are pro divorce. If I keep saying this, I always would remain indebted to my ex. I'll always praise her for doing one thing, for having the courage to leave the marriage. That pack out, when she packed out, Nain give the two of us courage to end. There are some people, you see, and why? Let me tell you, yeah, because I used to do a lot of stuff in church back then. I used to be one of my pastor's main MCs for all the events he used to do.
Alright.
I used to literally almost introduce him sometimes. So the first thing I enjoyed that, and being married with children gave me that cover. They didn't know what I was going through in the marriage. And trust me, the first license that was revoked in my life was, sorry, we cannot use you to do our events again. It was heartbreaking for me. So it was one of the things. Secondly, I was afraid of how my career was going to turn out, because I had uncles who, according to the limit of their sense, I'm going to put it like that, the old people always think they have more sense than young people. According to the limit of, I had one uncle that called me one day and said, do I know that it will affect my career? That if a soldier loses rank or something, because he, and I thought about it. I'm like, first things first. And I actually listened to him and I said, okay, so I thought about it. Then I went home and it took me about a week to come to the realization. I was like, come. Am I a soldier? Divorces save lives. They save mental health. Stress has been known to be a trigger for cancer, high blood pressure. Save yourself. My ex, apparently she had been putting her money together. She rented an apartment, Do you understand? She just woke up one morning and packed her things and left. Let me tell you the funny thing. As she was running, as she was packing her things in the car, I was trying to stop the truck. I'm telling you, it was not until she left the first day, it took about a week before I started getting clarity. I started thinking things deeper. Do you understand? I started real. Then we went to church. Of course, the matter within 2 weeks, the matter had reached my pastor. My pastor invited me. He sat down. His wife sat down, or my former pastor, and we went on for about 4 hours. And when they finished, they asked me, "Do you want to go back to this marriage?" And I said, "No." That was the first time I now had the courage to say no. And guess what? As soon as I got back to my house that day, she came and she packed all her remaining stuff. The maid was used to clean up. So when she left, she didn't take the maid, probably because she felt that I would be able to see the maid and use the maid to come to her new house, blah, 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 blah. So she left the maid. So I now asked the maid, I said, "Would you want to work with me? Do you understand? Or would you want to leave?" And the maid said she would like to work with me.
Okay.
So she packed all her stuff on a Sunday. The house, everything was scattered. So Monday, I went to work. The maid now arranged what was left of the house. Now, let me tell you how funny it was, yeah. I don't know why people can't hear me on Instagram. Let me try.
Start the video.
No. I'm just going to try to adjust it. Now, because this part of the story is very sweet. So, Saturday, she packed us. Sunday, we saw the pastor. She cleared the remaining of her stuff. We had a table, a dining table. I think she bought the chairs. I bought the dining table set. The table itself. She bought the chairs. I don't remember what she did. I think she took the table and left the chairs, or took the chairs and left the table.
Okay.
I used to have a big.
When we get back, we continue with the story.
Okay.
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 99.3 Nigerian.
Instagram, do you have audio? Someone said you keep repeating this topic. Yes, because there's somebody's life who could be saved. Divorce is a lifesaver. Religious people will try to tell you about how bad it is. Divorce is a lifesaver. I could do a divorce topic once a week. God did not bring you to this world so that you can be going through all sorts of emotional turmoil. I'm a single father of two, Momo Tijani. I celebrate my separation with my ex. I was in hell when we were still married. When we separated, I became a free man. Now, somebody's saying divorce is very expensive. I can't even tell you how much mine cost. In the millions. When Blessing CEO was saying it the other day, people thought she was mad. You will burn money. Do you know what it costs to get a good lawyer? If you want to talk about people spending money on divorce, let Taste Boss come and lecture you. As in, you will, if you're lucky, you're really lucky, and you have you're not married to anybody high profile, you can do it with a total of $500,000 if you're very lucky. Once divorce don't enter contentious case, you feel enter 4 million inside.
All right, welcome back. 903 Nigeria Info 6 minutes after the hour 11. Having just 4 more minutes before we call it a day.
Yes, yes, and we're talking about this, and let me tell you what I was saying. So bless you, brother. Simply Vic, I see you there. Uh, what happened was, like I said, I don't remember if I bought the chairs and she bought the table. I think she bought the table, and but I remember giving her money for it. But let me forget about it. Let's imagine she bought it with her own money. She took every single thing that she bought with her money. We used to have all these gold vases and gold stools, and I kind of liked them. It wasn't my taste, but I kind of liked them. Are you listening, Ada? And then I used to have this big fridge. It was an old fridge, but it was nice and big. She now went to
Okay.
buy a double door Samsung, a big double door Samsung. Now there was no space. There was some space if she wanted to make some space. But guess what? She said my fridge was old, blah, 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 blah. And she took the fridge and kept it outside in the rain. After like 3 months, the fridge just pata pata kaput. And put her big fridge there. When she was going, she took her fridge. When she was going, you know, sometimes you leave. When she was going, she left in the car I bought for her, brand new. I bought her a brand new Honda City 2010 model, to be precise. She left with the car, but could not leave me one plate, one fork, one spoon, and one knife so that I could eat. I didn't have a plate. She took all the dishes. You understand? My mom had to come one day and buy me pot, buy me, because I wasn't going to go, I was depressed. I wasn't going to go to the market and buy pot. You understand?
Yeah.
So I bought, there's a small fridge I have in my room. I now bought it and kept it in the kitchen. Do you know, I went to work on a Monday morning and my housemaid cleaned up the whole house, adjusted the little things that were left in the house, adjusted everything. And I came back and the house now looked beautiful and warm. Do you understand? All the gold stools were gone, and it looked like this is my house. These are the kind of things that I would want to come and see my house. All these golden things. Do you understand? And I went into my
Okay.
bedroom, and my maid had washed the sheets and made the bed. It looked like a hotel bed, you know. And I had a little television there in my room. So I just sat down on the bed, turned on the television, and I felt a peace I had never felt in the entire marriage. And
Wow.
that gave me the strength to say, you know what? I can't be at peace like I am now and then go back to where I was coming from. By the time I'd lived alone for 6 months, there was no contest. I knew I was not going back there. So I keep thanking her every day for developing the guts to leave. It's not everybody that has the mind to leave marriage. Marriage, if you listen to your parents, if you listen to your pastor, if you listen to religious people, you will be stuck in it.
Okay, Daddy, please. We understand that. But hey, we're out of time. So I think we'll continue with the topic tomorrow. What do you think?
Yes,
Only for
because
10
tomorrow is still
minutes.
our relationship day. So we're going to go in very hard tomorrow and we'll continue with
Okay.
it.
It's okay, Daddy Freeze. I must thank you for, being vocal. I must thank you for not concealing this part of you, for, sharing your story so that people that are currently in abusive relationships get to know that they're not the only ones and then they can actually get out.
Hmm.
Thanks for sharing this. Yeah, it's never a good place to be. Never. I'll never ask anyone to be there. And okay, let me not say much. That's because you know my story, not like my personal story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't advise anyone at my dear, it's better for you to be alive than for your people to,
Hmm.
say, come carry your corpse. Yeah, because you can never leave there dead. People are going to come carry you out. So please leave while you can. Leave while you can carry yourself out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes,
Wow.
that's it. So we'll continue tomorrow, Daddy, please.
Now, take good care of yourself. 99.3 Nigeria Info is where the topic is going to continue tomorrow. Please make sure you join in and have a lot of fun. And I don't know if you call it fun, but you're going to learn a lot. So make sure you join in. God bless you and have fun on the chat station. I'm going to get off my live too, and I want all of you to tune in to 99.3 Nigeria Info where you hear it all.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Now, let me tell you something. Yeah, my calling to preach the word of God. I don't pride myself. I I know because I know the kind of revelations I have and the fact that I have changed people's lives through my ministration. Someone said my cousin in Austin, Texas spent around $30,000, 14 million naira on his divorce. Wow. I would never, ever have been able to carry this mantle. When you look around you and you realize that religion is one of Nigeria's biggest problems, and you realize that, I'm sorry to say this, my ex was a sheeple. You understand? Uh, my ex had this very big picture of Jesus. I've said this story before, but I'm just going to say this again. She had this very big picture of Jesus in our living room. And those days, I used to go and stand in front of this picture of Jesus and pray to this white dude. Oh, I used to pray to Jesus. And of all the things she took when she was leaving that marriage, the one that pained me the most was the picture of Jesus. As in, she took the picture of Jesus. I remember crying over it. How can you take Jesus? Only for me to realize that I should have smashed that picture a long time ago. I was stupid praying to that picture. Someone, Simply Vic said, Shipul is a compliment for those that worship Jesus. Absolutely. I used to pray, I used to worship the picture of Jesus. It was big. It was almost human size. You know that picture of Jesus where Jesus is doing like this? Sorry, where one Oyinbo guy that they call Jesus anyway, doing like this and closing his eyes and with his long blonde hair and his nice blue eyes, looking all neat, a total departure from what Yahushua, the true Lord and Savior, looked like. Someone said, do I talk to my ex? I don't even know where she is. And I don't think I can ever talk to her. I don't know if she can ever talk to me, and I don't have any issues with her. If she doesn't, no problem. I don't think we can ever talk. The divorce got so contentious. But I thank her. And I respect her for having the guts to leave. And I thank her for taking the step. Because she could have stayed in the marriage and I could have run mad. Because if she hadn't left and filed for a separation, I would not have had the mind to kukuma take her straight divorce. I just filed divorce, dissolution of marriage, straight up. Someone said, I can feel your pain now that you realize it wasn't Jesus. I realized that Jesus is not even the Savior. Jesus is an invention that they created 400 years ago to continue manipulating people. The real Savior's name is Yahushua HaMashiach. You know? And I started getting revelations. I always used to be a scripture student, but I became a scholar when she left. God led me to people who understand and know the Hebrew language, rabbis, Jewish and Greek scholars, showed me what to read, gave me understanding of the scriptures to the point where I can teach and confidently ask top Jews for debates. And I thank God for that. My life has a purpose. My life didn't have a purpose then. I was just a regular presenter, regular on-air presenter. But when it comes to preaching the word of God, I know that I'm in a class of my own. There are very few people. When I say something this year, it takes some people 4 years. Simply Vic is here. Some people, I'll preach something and move on from it. 4 years later, some people will be preaching it like God told it to them. Simply Vic is here how many times? Deep revelations. So that's my story. And I hate it when I hear people say, divorce is bad, do not divorce. If you divorce, you cannot remarry. Let me tell you, when you tell someone that if you divorce, you can't remarry, they will stay in that bad marriage because they don't want to be alone. And someone said to me once, he said, people who divorce, they always end up lonely in old age. And I thought about it. I'd rather be lonely than be with someone like this. We're not friends. We don't share the same perspective. I know one particular guy who wouldn't talk, but he and his wife were oil and water. And they were married but still lonely in old age because one wanted this, the other one wanted that. They lived together, and I used to look at them and feel sorry for them because I knew the story. And I thought about it. Would I rather have this, as in this is, I said I'd rather be, and thank God, to the glory of God, I'm not lonely. As I'm talking to you, there's goat meat pepper soup, another set waiting for me this night. I will do goat. My Budweiser is there chilling, waiting for me. We'll watch 1 or 2 hours of a movie and go to bed. And that's how we live. Every day or every day we watch TV together, we watch a movie or a series. Do you know how many series we've watched? Me and Taste Buds. We've watched the whole Game of Thrones. Right now we're watching Crown. Sometimes we go to Nevada Bridge TV and watch a Nigerian movie. We always do at least 2 hours of TV, if not 3 hours. Me, I don't have the power for more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. So that's remaining 30 minutes now. Then guess what? I'll now wake up and start fighting Taste Buds for not stopping the movie when I slept off. So don't worry. There's one she watched last night. I'm going to frustrate her life now. I'll go back. I will rewind it. She hates that. Hey, why did you sleep off? Boss man, you will watch it again with me for not stopping it when I slept off. You know, she likes wine. There's always a nice chilled bottle of wine for her. She always likes to have a glass of wine with TV at night. I always like to have my Budweiser. You understand? Just there chilling on my Guinness Smooth, chilling, watching my TV. Someone said, I hate that rewinding. Ah! Oh, more. Someone said, at least bring taste buds here once. Yes, I would. You know? So, and end up with Marvin Gaye's song. Oh, yeah. My partner, someone says my partner sleeps off. It's extremely annoying. Yes, and when I want to sleep, that's when taste buds want to gist me about the movie. Oh, I'll just be turning in the chair before you know it, I've gone. And I'll think to myself that I will not really sleep. I'll just close my eyes. I'll be listening to the movie. By the time I wake up, yesterday I just woke up. I saw that she had watched two whole episodes. I'm like, what? No, no, no. So I'm going there now. We are rewinding everything. We'll watch it again. Thank you so much. Do find time to enjoy a movie with your partner. It's never marry. If you love movies, marry someone who does. If you love food, marry someone who does. You understand? How far they go? The goat meat day. They go warm up now. Let me tell you, we have a little sitting room where we watch TV upstairs. We bought microwave there the other day so that the food is just cooked. We don't even need to go downstairs to warm it. We just pop it in the microwave. After a few minutes, you hear cling. What does that mean? It means God has answered our prayer and the food has warmed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and foes, lovers and haters, take good care of yourselves. And if you're in a bad place, please make sure you leave. See, EastEnders is asleep. EastEnders, do they still do that stuff? I used to watch EastEnders as a child. Take care, guys. Love you all. Budweiser crew too. Some people don't like Budweiser. They say it's too light. For me, Budweiser is perfect. It's just the way it should be. Take care, guys. Bye.